In the village of Willowbrook, way out in Chicago's southwest suburbs, we climbed the Everest of lawn kills.
Woo. It's going to take a lot of sweat. It's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot of time.
I mean, it's been a beast we're slowly taming. I think maybe it's time to finally kill it.
But first, on its last day on Earth, this lawn speaks through its patronly saint.
So St. Anthony's going to show us the right way. She's a holy, oh my God.
And a heresy of lawns.
You got endless potential. Yeah, it'll be real nice.
Show us your vision and your dreams.
This is a sign, you know, this could inspire hope towards millions.
Ah, Chicagoland, with its tight-knit, walkable neighborhoods, this is my native habitat, where the front lawns are about the size of your front room, give or take.
If you want to slaughter the most grandiose of lawns, you got to venture out into the suburbs.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
Drive like somebody who would drive one of these trucks.
It's against my gentle nature.
This office parks. Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, we're entering the zone now.
This was always a landscape of bleakness here, man. We finally reached this woodsy enclave in the outer ring of suburban Chicago. And so Willowbrook, you know, I think it was an unincorporated town for a while. You'll notice there's no sidewalks here. Yeah, this should all be prairie. Look at all these lawns. Look at it, it's like a damn golf course. This looks like it'd be a pain in the ass to mow, man. That'd be a nice lawn to kill. Look at that. Look how big that thing is. That thing's enormous, man. Gigantic. It's huge.
This is unreal.
Come on, guys, try harder. You can do better. Just do better.
You know, I'm really disappointed. This is a nice neighborhood until somebody calls the cops on you.
I don't see anybody with the native plant lawn.
No, I don't think that's going on out here. Should we pull up in here?
But I got bees. Look at that, they got bees.
Beautiful Willowbrook.
Let's go.
Been to Willowbrook before?
I've been to the bowling alley here once. I'm Joey. Nice to meet you.
Joey, nice to meet you. I'm Dave.
Hi. Margaret, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Great.
Margaret, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Thanks for having us.
And you are?
Sure, welcome.
Oh, this is Louie.
Hi.
Dave's a computer programmer while Margaret writes marketing copy. They like to garden and hike around the neighborhood lake, and they really hate their lawn.
This neighborhood was built in probably 1958, I think. That's about the right date. This house itself was built in 1962. And so many of the houses here were built up on like a farm area, which is why there's so many large plots of land here.
Yeah, everyone's got about a 3/4 acre around here. Everyone's got a nice spread.
Around the lake are native wildflowers, and Dave and Margaret want to see that habitat expand into their neighboring yard. But first, they must unshackle themselves from their lawn.
I've been through 2 lawnmowers since I started here at 20,000 steps to do the whole yard. The lawn service, just the fertilizing alone is like $100 a month. This lawn has wronged me. I'm tired of this with this lawn, you know?
We annihilating everything, or what do we do? We're going to kill the whole lawn, or what?
We're just doing the front yard and a little bit of an aisle on the side here.
Yeah,
So
right.
being that this is kind of a shady environment, it's not full sun. It's going to be not so much tall grass prairie, maybe a little bit more tall grass prairie towards the street,
Yeah.
but more like an oak savanna thing, like part shade
Yeah.
right here. And there's a ton of species you could plant here too. A lot of diversity, a lot of cool native plant diversity here. 10-foot tall Joe Pye weed covered in butterflies next to you. That'd be nice. What do you want to see? You want to see like it just chock full of plants with little pathways through it?
I'm liking the idea of some of these medium height trees.
That's why Dave and Margaret plan to plant the Cornus alternifolia, aka dogwood, and Asimina triloba, also known as pawpaw. Both grow well in the understory of much taller trees.
We have a lot of mature 100-foot or 80-foot type trees.
This cottonwood is magnificent.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's
the
like
grandpa of the house.
Yeah, this is like Chicago childhood to me.
We'd initially thought about cutting that cottonwood down this year, but we've been convinced not to.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's a little over the house. It kind of threatens us. Yeah, its arms are like this big around, and that
Yeah.
can make some damage.
That's what I think about every time it rains.
But the stats on trees coming through houses are much lower than you would think, actually.
Rain runoff will drain toward the lake through a new swale, channeling the water away from the house. And for the parts of the yard that get more direct sun, there will be some of my favorite native prairie plants.
Cup plants, some prairie dock and stuff like that.
It's gonna take, yeah, it's
Take a lot of time.
a lot of time. This is a serious amount of lawn to remove.
Yeah.
This may be the biggest one we've ever done.
This is the biggest one we've done.
I think
but
this
it's
is
it's a nice project though.
By reinventing 10,000 square feet of their prominent front and side yard, Dave and Margaret are making a statement to their neighbors. It's a message they need to hear because the village of Willowbrook is lost, looking for something more interesting than a lawn.
They don't know what nature is because it's all gone. It's all been taken.
A landscaping crew armed with hand tools and a sod cutter is on its way to Dave and Margaret's.
He put me in Frank's little house. You know that little spot he's got?
Just before it's time to start ripping up turf, a couple of elderly neighbors passing by spot something in the grass.
Oh my, do you see that?
Is that St. Anthony? The instant I seen it, I knew what it was.
Oh my God, it's a saintly vision.
We're part of an online community. We were just passing by on our way home from the grocery store, seen this amazing apparition. And it has the patron saint of lost things. God put him here to guide us, I think.
You know what the biggest sign is that we're lost? All the grass. I see a lot of grass.
This lawn was clearly placed in a central location so many could see it, so it could be a signal to everyone and be led on a new path away from lawns.
We had a lightning storm that evidently struck here about 7 or 8 times, and it happened to be in the face of St. Anthony. And I know a miracle. This is just like Our Lady of the Kennedy Expressway.
It's a Chicago tradition. It's a Chicago phenomenon. Our Lady at the diner on Archer that appeared in a pancake batter, and Our Lady of the Hash Browns at the Golden Nugget on Western. Also Our Lady of the Beach Sands, Our Lady of the Rusted Wheel. I went and saw that in 1989.
And this is the exact same thing.
The two old ladies had so much faith in the apparition of the lawn. One must also have faith in nature and bring it back.
Didn't know what to do with our yard. We were kind of lost.
Well, many in the Midwest are lost. It's really tragic, you know, just a catastrophe.
The lawn represents our lost connection to the natural world. So, of course, St. Anthony, the patron saint of lost things, is who appeared here in Willowbrook.
Let the yard transformation begin. Plant the seed, make it contagious, and then eventually, you know, you slowly start to see this kind of mindset that's embodied by the lawn start to wither and die. We're here in Lawn Central Willowbrook, where Dave and Margaret's lawn has been chosen by a higher power for destruction. This is a holy, oh my God. Just looking around, you know, at some of these empty expanses of lawns, you know, looking like mini golf courses or something. They don't know why they got that there. I think that's what God is trying to communicate to people.
Blessed apparition has bestowed its blessing on a neighborhood.
This is the oak savanna garden. This is what the guys need to cut the beds and get the sod out.
Jeff Swano has been anointed to do the actual work of tearing up this lawn.
What we're doing right now is we're killing the lawn by doing the sod cutter. We're not digging too deep. We don't want to disturb the soil too much. This is a very large yard. Some of the killer species that we're going to have here. The coolest one is anise hyssop, agastache. It's got, you can make tea out of that. We've got lots of kinds of grasses, and everyone knows the coneflower and black-eyed Susans. But we're also going to bring in the cup plant, which is a tall yellow and has a little cup on the leaves. Pretty cool. And that's just one of the prairies.
While the crew gets started, we head over to Wolf Road Prairie to see what these plants look like in a true prairie setting. So we're here at Wolf Road Prairie. This spot almost got turned into a housing development, like a suburb in the late 20s. And then the Depression hit, thank God, and wiped that plant off the map. And then they came for it again in the 60s or 70s. They were going to turn it into a golf course for a bunch of, you know, rich stiffs. And that's when citizens came together and protected it. And so that's why we have this little parcel, this little crumb of habitat left. This is an actual intact virgin prairie and oak savanna.
Specifically in this ecotone between the savanna and prairie, between April and June, in a single square foot, you can get 226 plants.
These sidewalks, it's almost like the people who were going to build that housing development in the 20s knew that their project was going to fail and that people would need a nice path to come here and enjoy the prairie. So they kind of built this for us, you know. Look at this, Eutrochium purpureum. See, this is a nice one. See, it's growing in mostly shade. It gets sprinkled light. But so for, a yard that's going for a savanna effect that doesn't have full sun, this is a great plant. You could get like a Garrison Keillor thing here, No one ever did a little house in the office park.
Look at this guy. He's taking a nap. He ate so much pollen in there, he's just sleeping.
I ate my weight at Buono beef.
This is basically the Italian beef stand of the prairie. This one right here, he's got a couple to-go bags on his legs. Throwing it back there.
You got all our important tall grass prairie grasses right here. This is Sorghastrum natans, and this is Andropogon. Two really important prairie grasses right here. But moving on to the showy stuff, you got Liatris aspera. See that right there? The blazing star, those pink flowers, the monarchs go back over. Here's prairie dock.
Here we
They
go.
call it. This is Silphium terebinthinaceae. They can get upwards of like 14 feet tall. It just looks like a little sunflower. And then you got these big basal leaves. That's the most important. That's the most impressive part right here, is these leaves. I mean, it's kind of a drought year this year, so they're not that big. But I got one I planted in my Maz. The leaves are like that big. These leaves are just these giant solar panels collecting all this energy that they can store those massive roots.
Joe, why don't you tell me, why is this getting so tall? Why is it so big?
Because it's got to outcompete. It's got to get those flowers up above all the other competition so that they can get pollinated. We're looking at like 50 species of plants that thrive in these conditions. This is what a lawn could be. This could be everywhere. High diversity, a lot of cool insects hanging out, butterflies. Such a pleasant alternative to just the barren desert of a lawn.
Wolf Road Prairie was an inspiration, but the next day at Dave and Margaret's, I'm not sure everybody got the memo.
They left the hosta. The hosta is like the 1970s Midwest horticultural atrocity, native to 10,000 miles away.
Maybe she felt a little guilty killing it.
Well, you're fine with it.
Oh,
You don't
yeah,
care. The hostas really beat you over the head with hostas here. Just boom, boom, like it's some sort of weird sadomasochism thing. They left a bunch of grass, which is weird to me.
I was expecting something with a little less grass,
Right, that's what I thought would be nice too. So we might go in there and take out a little bit more grass,
You'd do me a solid if you could.
You're saying if we went in there with some trenching shovels and we dug out another nice little island, that'd be fine.
Oh, it'd be lovely.
Yeah, we're gonna stuff them dense with all kinds of cool prairie stuff. We got Prairie Moon Nursery sent us a shipment of plants we're gonna throw in.
They're great. They do a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Joey and Al are going to take this all the way from 95% to 100%.
We're gonna do that because it's making me uncomfortable seeing it all. The show's called Kill Your Lawn, not remove half the lawn and leave the other half.
He's got the labor and the gumption. Yeah, go for it. And you got the plants were donated, so let's get them in the ground for sure.
As soon as the landscapers left for the day,
Reckon a hosta.
Dave was more than happy to show us how he truly felt about getting rid of these hostas. Yeah, it'll
Probably do a
work.
pretty
You could
good job.
definitely use a larger stick of dynamite. It's the bare minimum, but it'll work.
Getting outside in your garden, it gives you a chance to move your body. You're not just sitting at a desk all day.
This is EarthX TV.
You said it's fine if we go dig up some more.
Go
of this
ahead.
lawn.
Go right now if you want.
All right, let's go.
Let's
We're
get
gonna
down
do that.
in there.
We're gonna do that. The landscaper at Dave and Margaret's is planting natives, but since they've fallen a bit short, we're adding more plants and packing them dense like an actual intact prairie. And there's still way too much lawn.
Of course, designers like to do 3 of this, 3 of that. Nature rarely does that. She works in drifts, so we try to emulate that.
I got a different thing I'm doing.
Oh, look at that rich soil.
This is the low-tech, by hand, artisanal lawn removal. Oh, yeah.
Isn't that right, Al? We're gonna put a bunch of nice stuff in here.
We got a wide array of real nice stuff.
We've got to tap into all available resources to help rescue this kill some lawn situation in Willowbrook. So we're headed over to Shady Grove Wildflower Farm in Evanston.
We always say on Kill Your Lawn that backyard gardens and backyard nurseries are the foundation of native plant movements. And this is one of the best examples of it in Chicagoland, so let's go check it out.
I saw a lot of homeowners and restorationists in our region trying to do great things, returning nature and habitat back to their spaces, but not able to find native plants.
It's so impressive. I mean, I can tell that a plant person lives here. You got epic diversity out front.
Thank you. I appreciate that. When we first moved into this house 6 years ago, it was just turf grass.
What you're doing is incredibly important because you're providing a source. I mean, you got all kinds of stuff here that I wouldn't be able to find anywhere else, and certainly not in any of the big box stores. These are the common Joe Pye weeds.
Going to seed now, and there've been goldfinches out here eating the seeds every day.
Oh, wow, really?
I love the architecture of Joe Pye weed, especially. It's one of those rare plants that has whorled leaf arrangement, which means that at every node on the stem, there are 4 or 5 leaves.
We've got to stock up while we're here. Dave and Margaret's place needs all the help it can get to make it actually look like the prairie.
We need to head back to Willowbrook to tear up more turf, but no Kill Your Lawn trip to Chicago is complete.
And they want us to cut a whole tree. A tree.
Without a visit to landscaping legend, Christy Weber.
Try to bring in a lot of the natives. So, hawthorn, witch hazel.
At her yard on Chicago's west side, she uses leftover plants from big jobs to create a green oasis in this industrial cesspool.
This blows people away to come out here. I mean, the west side, and to see all this, it just trips people up. Well, that was just a big retention pond when we built it. And then we decided that this food forest, we did a whole bunch of food down at Millennium Park, and it was such a big hit. So we thought, let's bring it here.
Christy has a really cool tree that's going in at Dave and Margaret's, known as the Indiana banana. I've never seen pawpaw's fruit in Illinois before. I've never had pawpaw. This could have been America's wonder fruit, but they don't keep well, so they don't ship
So
to
when do you eat them?
Asimina triloba. They should be maturing here soon.
I've had pawpaws before.
I have one of those in the courtyard.
Are they sweet? Did you
They're
like
like
them?
tropical.
The shade-tolerant pawpaw will be a fantastic addition at Dave and Margaret's, adding a food forest to their new prairie in Savannah.
But the job here is still far from finished.
Oh.
Jeff and his guys have packed up and gone, leaving Dave and Margaret still wanting more prairie and less turf.
How you guys doing?
We're doing.
Pretty good consider.
Yeah.
Sorry about this. No offense to the landscaper, they got a place. There's people that want that.
He's doing the tools of the trade
Right.
as he knows them.
You seem like you're in agreement with me on this. What's also really bizarre to me is that the dude's a beekeeper and the landscaper used mostly grasses. I mean, 60% of what I see here is graminoids, grasses or sedges, which are wind-pollinated.
Wind-pollinated and insect-pollinated different plants.
Right, exactly. And wind-pollinated plants don't need to be showy and attractive because they're not pollinated by insects. They don't have to lure insects in. We're gonna go in, we're gonna move some stuff around. We got a whole ton of native prairie plants. We'll fix it, it's fine. Dave was super stoked on what we're doing. He was excited about native plants. He wanted to learn.
I got us an extra compass plant.
They live for upwards of 100 years. They get a big root. They send roots down 20 feet. Silphium laciniatum is known as the compass plant because the large leaves are held vertically from the base of the plant and orient themselves according to the position of the sun. All right, let's get to work.
Let's get some
It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
That compass plant you got grows all the way down to North Texas, and this is definitely something that's not gonna thrive in shade,
Man, that's cool. This is already starting to get better.
Yeah, they're such vigorous growers because their roots go so deep into that prairie soil that they've outgrown this pot.
While Joey continues with his trademark chaos of the prairie approach to planting, I realize we still need to mulch the extra bed we dug.
There's a nearby municipality that has a free mulch pile.
Luckily, there's no better tool for the job than a rented pickup truck and my bare hands.
We're finally in the home stretch at Dave and Margaret's. There you go. Pushing it from just a landscape with some natives to actual recreation of the native habitat that's so unique to Illinois and that so many people are coming to love.
That looks so much nicer.
It ended up being great, and so we sourced a lot more plants, we got a lot more diversity, brought it in, had to work. So lay it thick, like cheese on a deep dish, you know?
The landscaper showed us a pretty good path, but midweek,
There was just too much lawn left. It was making me uncomfortable. It was giving me heart palpitations.
thank God for Joey and Al. They really did help with this.
Amen.
Obviously, the homeowners helped us get this one across the finish line, but the crew shot these lovely reveal slow-mos, so let's check them out. Wow.
I just wanted to lead by example and follow my heart on this, but I feel like my work is cut out for me.
Yeah. But hopefully we can influence a few people in the neighborhood to maybe do the same, and at least just any little thing they can start with would be great.
Our needs for taking care of the lawn are greatly diminished, both in cost and in work as well.
We've got this beautiful space now that we didn't have in front to be able to enjoy. We never sat out front. I mean, we've got a sitting area now that's actually usable.
To me, the compass plant is one of the heroes of the tall grass prairie. He's loud and proud. He's big. He's way taller than me.
Joey brought us a bunch of the Joe Pye weed, which is a traditional prairie plant. It's tall with purple flowers. And so the juvenile ones we have are really going to take off.
For those experimenting with lawn killing, this is within the power of your own hands to do. You just need a couple of shovels and a good source for plants to get started. It happened. It happened eventually. It was not a straight path, but it was still a short path, and I couldn't be happier. It's going to be growing in a couple of years, and I'm going to have my Wolf Road Prairie.
In a few short years, this yard will look a little something like this. Get a nice money shot of the pipe. Just come here and get a nice money shot of the pipe. We endowed ourselves to a deep dish pizza as a reward. It was only fitting.
It was really like a deep dish amount of work. It was a deep dish sized effort.
You can never have too much yard. See?
It's anointed.
That is a really unhealthy meal, but it's going to taste delicious.
As we settle into a powerful food coma, thoughts of St. Anthony dance through our dreams. Was the apparition of Willowbrook Lawn truly a miracle?
Help me.
Let's check the tapes. Okay, that's an eyebrow.
You're making this so much better than it has any right to be. It's going to look great.
At last, the good people of Willowbrook will be lost no more.